Mic check. Yep, good. Microphone's working. Excellent. Everyone's getting ready today. Great show for everyone. Voila. Okay, a few seconds left. Yep. All right, let me see what gets stuff ready. Share screen. Window. Video game. All right, hello everyone. Let me just quickly switch screen. I'm your host. Welcome to the Betterment Broadcast. I'm your host, Rap Raven, also known as Brother Raven. This is the Betterment Broadcast 143rd show. That's 143 times we have tried to network with the community to find solutions for Black people. Very excellent, fantastic. Please follow the Black Betterment Broadcast Instagram. Today's a very important day. We're going to be finalizing one of our Black Love Is campaigns, and we're going to be posting things. So you definitely want to be there to show your support. Today we will be voting for our favorite hashtag. But before we get there, let's go through the normal intro of the show. So when it comes to working as a collective with only Black people on matters that benefit Black issues, Black progression, and Black ownership, Black people are collectively inadequate. Very sad, very true, but we have to work on that. Individually, you might find a non-Black person who shows some kind of corollary towards Black people. However, collectively, Black people have no friends. If you don't know, now you know, brother. And last but by no means least, a constructive Black man with constructive Black woman makes a constructive Black family. Da-da! Excellent. We're going to throw a link out today as we do every week. And please remember the 4D values, which are discipline, dedication, dignity, and discernment. If you can use those 4 things today, it will make helping Black people even more easier. It will. Please don't use profanity if possible, unless we're studying as a case study. It just makes communication that bit more easier, especially when many topics trigger high anxiety amongst Black folks. So let's try to be descriptive and not derogatory and leave out the profanity. Yeah, there you go. So for those who are new and don't know what Black Betterment is, this is for you. It's Black people helping Black people on Black issues for betterment. And we describe that as a lifestyle. So it's a lifestyle of Black people helping Black people on Black issues for betterment. That's what it is. Da 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 da. All right, so we're going to show some videos. It doesn't belong to us, but we're Mr. Copyright Act 1976 or something like that. So it shouldn't be a problem. There's the fantastic Instagram. Please follow that. Please follow that. Please follow that. There it is. Black Betterment Building on Instagram. If you're not following it, follow it now. So today's fantastic topic. So those that don't know, last week we started building with the community a Black Love campaign. So today we say help us develop ideas for the Black Love campaign, and also what hashtags can be used to promote the Black Love campaign. We'll go into that, and then has the Red Pill community always had overt self-hatred? So for those who know the Red Pill community, there's we studied it. We brought up a few times back and forth. Basically, there's an idea known as the manosphere, and it's where men come together to originally, I think, build on themselves or ourselves, whatever it is, and then it's about understanding woman's nature, something like that. But then as time goes by, there's podcasts based upon these ideologies and philosophies, and then you get podcasts where they have women on and they have confrontations and it gets a lot of clicks, and then men have their preferences and this kind of stuff, right? And we're going to highlight that because from this there is some problematic behavior that we've observed, and we ask the question: Has the Black Red Pill community always had overt self-hatred? So I think the Red Pill community, or we should say the Manosphere and Red Pill community, whatever. But this originally started within white people and some of their needs or the challenges they're going through with white women or women in general, who knows? But we'll say white women. And then there was then a need after Black people joining that ideology or that kind of paradigm, realizing that maybe it's their philosophies doesn't really correlate with the Black experience. So Black men tried to make their own kind of manosphere, Red Pill kind of ideas, whatever. And what we're saying is, in those ideas, have we seen anti-Blackness? Twist plot reveal, yes, but we're gonna unpack it anyway. So what should we start with that? I think we should. Let's start with that kind of negative thing that we want to do, and then we'll go to the Black Love thing. That makes more sense. So what we do is there's a there's two brothers known as Fresh and Fit. We covered them before. And one's I assume Afro Sudanese or Afro Sudanese, I think they call it, brother who lives in America, and one is I think a Caribbean brother who lives in America. And we covered them before because they're famous for openly saying they don't like black women in a very derogatory kind of way, and obviously they had a lot of anti-black rhetoric that was said. So we cover them, and they do have a high level of followers, but they also have a lot of European followers who seem to egg them on when they do their stuff. So we covered it, but we're going to show a video of one of the Afro Sudanese brother who kind of went off on a rail because I think they're at a competition with another podcast kind of collective where one of them I think might be Ethiopian and one might be Afro Caribbean or something. I haven't done the research too much, but I think they're going at each other for some reasons or whatever it might be. But let's just watch a video. And this for those in the red pill manosphere and that kind of place. The question is, has the black red pill community always had overt self-hatred? So we're going to collate information, connect the dots, and see if that is the case. Let me see if I can find this rendered video that took so long to render and slow my machine down. Let's see if we can find it. It looks like it's here. Nope. Yep. I think this is it. Let me check.
I didn't realize that.
Ta-da! So let me open it. Blah, 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 blah.
And Fresh and Fit.
This brother here, he's, I think Ethiopian brother. He's got his own podcast. I think it's called Preach, and I think it's Able and Preach. My memory's bad. I'm to blame, not them. But this is the guy who the other podcast guys made fun of, and we're gonna watch his video of him case studying or analyzing the behavioral patterns or the collective behavior patterns of Fresh and Fit, which is a manosphere-based podcast, I believe. Let's listen.
That live stream and said they were gonna nuke our channel. They just ended up nuking their own. I don't know why Myron did this, but he decided to go on Sneako's live stream on Rumble.
Let's see if Pearl still. You have to wear that too.
Yeah, of course. How am I going to break this down if I'm not in my proper attire as a race?
Bro.
All right, can you move over a little bit?
Okay, move.
So those who can't see, the Afro Sudanese brother, he's in KKK attirement or alleged KKK attirement, or trying to immolate with sheets or something. And he's gone to, I think that's an Asian person's podcast. This Asian person, it seems to be in the manosphere space, but I think he converted to Islam recently and changed his ways. But people think he's young. He changes quite frequently. I'm not too sure. But nevertheless, he's on this particular Asian person's shortcast with KKK, and he's based in America. I'm sure he's aware of the history of the KKK and the African American community. Nevertheless, this is what he's done. Let's see.
You see out of that, you fucking.
I think all the swear words have been edited out, which is good. Oh, good.
Sand nigga.
But it's okay.
So for those guys, he's using terms like sand, N-word, and this kind of stuff. I think he's trying to immolate how KKK talk to black people, but I think he's then talking towards the two brothers you see in the background there.
Okay.
White supremacist sand nigga.
Shut up. Bro, you're the worst of the worst. You eat dogs and you kill people as a black guy. And an Asian.
Yeah, true.
And now he's wearing, I guess, one of the brothers has twists or plaits or something, and he's trying to immolate that, I guess, and making monkey noises.
Pause right. This nigga right here is funny. He's funny, this nigga.
I don't condone this N-word.
Oh.
Shut up, you Albanian fat. Keep running the clip, you train.
And what we have to remember is this guy's wearing a KKK. He's on this platform, and they're laughing at the jokes. They find it funny. This is very important. We're talking about black allies, especially in these manifest kind of spaces. What we want to analyze is obviously the non-black people and how they react towards black people self-destructing. Do they egg them on? Do they give them a space to shine their stuff? And so far, I think there's a white woman in the background, Asian, and I don't know the other guy, but it's a non-black person.
No, keep running the clip. Who's that weird nigga that can't speak? Who's that? He black as hell. Bate man. Yeah, let's keep going.
I fucking preach. I wear lip windows for fun.
Holy shit, who's this gay nigga here with the red? What the fuck is going on? What in tarnation fucking pussy shit is that?
Give the language, family.
I know that preach nigga.
Mad respect to minorities. What the fuck? Stop!
What?
I mean, there he's now doing the Adolf Hitler kind of sign.
Gotta get another run. There right now. He puts there probably swinging around eating some bananas. Fucking stupid bitch. Preach is crying right now, swinging from a monkey branch,
Bro.
eating a banana, playing some Donkey Kong on an N64 because he's a stupid.
So those are joining, we're listening to a podcast called Fresh and Fit. We've been before to cover what they call the Black Manosphere. We're asking the question: Has the black red pill community always had overt self-hatred? We're just analyzing it and let's put in the case studies.
Prick. He's a window licking stupid nigga.
What?
What?
Fat ugly white.
Hey.
Oh, that nigga spin. I like that. I like that.
This video that
we
we
got these
responded
niggas running like it's an employment line.
What the f?
What? Don't do that. I will find you, you fucking stinky looking piece of shit. You go fucking fat right here. I don't like you already.
I don't know how you guys did it, but you guys made a more embarrassing response than H3H3 by like a long mile.
Never ever compare that Myron dude to them fucking Jews, you motherfucker.
So what we're looking at is these are two podcast people going at it, but they're obviously using anti-black racism and other slurs from different kind of groups, whatever. To, well, one is to, and obviously he's got a KKK thing on his head. It's interesting because he's talking. The guys he's talking to are actually not from Africa, not African American. So the history of the KKK might be slightly different, but nevertheless, anti-blackness, you know, it's people on these.
Whoa.
Is this a character?
This is not
I was
representative.
born this way, you chick. Keep going, chick. Come on.
No, I don't think they do. So,
You damn right they're high value, man. They save more lives than your monkey asses have. What the fuck you niggas doing? Y'all sitting there in that tight ass film. I'm sitting next to a fucking monkey with dreads for a decade. You niggas to do now, but say, ooh, you. Same shitty fucking camera for a damn decade. Same shitty road mic right there that looks like a penis forever. You guys have not proved.
Well, anyway, so these slurs go on, and they try to count the slurs, but we're going to try to skip past all these slurs because it's relevant, and so I guess that we don't need to listen to that. But I think let's see, let's see. Hold on.
They call me the N-word. Watch.
You are in it. Okay, yeah, we do like 10 cents of burn. I'll roast you, mother.
So then I think there's yeah. So now later on in wherever this guy's posted, there's now that same group seem to be doing a live, and in the live for those is a lady called Pearly Things and Nick Fuentes, I think. And you know this is important because we were covering the red pill manosphere movement in the UK, and we came across Pearly Things, who's a lady who used to work with Sarah Garvey and a guy called King Riches and some other black people. Her whole staff are black. And what happened is because she invited this white supremacist on the show, they weren't best pleased, and then they had a divide where some people didn't want to work with her anymore, while some were okay to work with her. And what we were highlighting in the case study was that how she's a European woman who managed to be one of the main speakers in the Black manosphere spaces. So this shows an inadequacy amongst black men to discern, for one thing, if they're going to take this concept serious, that they manage, because usually it's very separate from that women can't be a part of it, blah, 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 but yet women are in it, dominating, and it's white women, the irony. But what we've seen was she invited white supremacists on her show. So that means she's obviously interested in what the guy had to say, but at no point has she ever condemned the things he said, or even said anything he does is any problematic. She agrees with him, but now these guys who are wearing Ku Klux Klan stuff and saying this kind of slur are on a podcast with this individual, and they're very comfortable. It's a very thing. There are signs that this will happen many years back, but once again, that's why you need to come to Betterment Broadcast, so you can have codified ways of operating, so you don't fall for these kind of problematic. Once again, our philosophy is black people helping black people and black issues, so that really eradicates any kind of outside influence where this becomes the outcome. And it's a shame when many pro-black people say they're pro-black and they're falling for these kinds of interesting arrangements, whatever. But let's carry on listening. Hopefully, they don't swear too much.
I think I caught a little. That was a little hardcore. This is a little hardcore even for me.
I'm glad you didn't show up in a white hood, Nick. That would have optics, you know?
I was gonna do the MAGA hat, but it wouldn't go as hard as the white hood. So
Nick, your followers are going to Myron now. You got competition.
that's true. Both of you guys are. It's like I'm being.
You guys are very comfortable with the white supremacists. They won't insult each other. It's very comfortable. He's saying that you wear a KKK thing out trumps me. Like I was gonna wear a Trump hat, but what will it do next to your KKK rendition?
Being outdone. I thought I went pretty hard in November,
We
and it's
got
like,
Myron leading the dissident right
And then obviously Pearly Things are there. She supports this kind of stuff.
now.
yeah, it's a couple of the Albanian and a black guy gonna out.
Goes to show how things have changed, because I remember when Dave Chappelle did the Clayton Bigsby shit back in the day, it was fucking hilarious. But nowadays you do that shit, they're like, oh my god.
So what he's saying now is there was a skit where Dave Chappelle played a blind KKK member, and that was seen as funny. But his ranting in a KKK suit should be seen as funny as well. There's a different context. Plus, I don't know if Dave Chappelle really displays anti-black sentiments throughout his kind of career. Unfortunately, his brother has said it, especially with his comments towards black women.
Just goes to show how pussified we've become. After looking at that Donkey Kong photo, I can conclude that he's also a monkey.
Okay. All right.
Like, bro, I'm ready to end them. Like, they want to go here and say, you're a Myron. Cool. The fucking Arab guy that's also black that literally, like, I hit so many different check marks for the KKK. Y'all want to call me? Cool, you fucking.
If you're wondering who the white dude in the top left is, that's a white supremacist. Nick Fuentes, who's the leader of a far-right movement. And Just Pearly thinks, I will say, Just Pearly thinks orange does look good on you. I'm glad you took Brittany's advice. I do think it's funny that the only time you decide to groom yourself is for a Klan meeting. But hey, if that's the kind of high-value man you want to attract, go girlfriend.
Now,
Let's fucking do it.
hey guys, when we speak, everyone raise your hand. Raise your hand.
No.
Raise your hand.
No.
So we take turns.
No, Nick, no, not you.
No, kidding.
What the
I can't do it. Yeah.
What the fuck are you?
I heard that some of y'all were raising the salute.
So what's happening? So you can see he's wearing a hood, and the white supremacists is laughing, and Pearly Things is laughing, and obviously the white people and the Chinese people and the Asians, in the thing is laughing. But this is important that we see this, and it's important that the red pill community see this, because what we're saying is generally black people in general are collectively inadequate, unfortunately, and that's why we miss all these things. But this will be defended by many black men, and freedom of speech, this kind of stuff, blah 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 blah. But it's about using this as education to see how misguided the black community is, and how you keep falling for the okie doke. Let's carry on watching.
So I decided to come back.
Let's go. Poor Sneeko. Pearl rolls out. Oh, come on.
No.
We're done.
No.
Let's go.
No.
So for those who don't know what's happening, who might be lost, basically what it is there's a rivalry between two podcasts, I guess, in the manosphere space. Maybe one is in the manosphere space. And because they hate each other, they're all black or of African descent or whatever. And because of that, one has decided to use derogatory KKK terms and Nazi terms as well, whatever, to degrade the other channel. And then that channel is just reviewing what they're doing. We could come to the end of it now. I'm just thinking let me just hear the conclusion. Hold on, and then we'll get
Dumbest things I've ever seen possible. And also just notice, all of this rolls off Myra's tongue so easily. This is not the first time he's.
That's another point. Whenever you see people say they role play and like pretending to role play as anti-black racist, and when they say racist terms that roll off the tongue so frequently, you understand that there might be a history of self-hatred there, or studying these behavioral patterns.
Talked about this, about black people like this. It's not surprising to me. Honestly, when he started speaking about black women in the past, I'd already suspected he had negative emotions or feelings about black people.
About the black dating app called Black. Oh, it's funny, I never used that one, bro, but hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
bro, I'm good.
Sometimes if they're Redbone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
So what you see them is saying they don't date black women, specifically dark-skinned women. If they were, they might allow maybe a light-skinned person they describe as Redbone. So you're seeing self-hatred there, and you're seeing problematic behavior. And to them and this community, this is normal way of speaking. So what people are saying is, from even this behavior there from a couple months back, where not so long how long it was, you already see that it's problematic. But once again, we've already done this as a case study.
Okay.
And this just reinforced it. It's just like, I'm not even upset. I'm just like, oh yeah. At first, it starts with making talking shit about black women specifically, and constantly putting them down. And sometimes there's valid criticisms about black culture that I'll entertain. But then the frequency and the vitriol that comes out when they speak about it, you start to feel like there's something else going on underneath it all. And then when it comes to people like Myron, even though you can never point to it directly, because it's rare that it's this overt. So you can't really point it out, right? Everyone tells you, no, it's not there, it's not there. Even though you have a feeling, you know what I'm saying? You have no, but now you have it in full in front of you. This guy is considered the leader of the red pill. And you're seeing how this disseminates to a lot of his followers. That kind of hatred that he has for black people is instilled in a lot of the things that he actually preaches. You can't tell because it's not overt, but it's in the undertones if you understand what's really going on. That's why when I saw the previous one, even though a lot of people said, no, it's not racist, it's like, you really think that? I know it is. I know what he means when he says the warrior gene. I know what he means when he says monkey. I know why he's using it specifically for a black individual. But plausible deniability gives everyone the ability to be like, no, that's not what he meant. That's not what he meant. But with this stream, you just see everything that I believed and pretty much.
Oh, sorry. Let me also post the link for people to join as well. Have I got it? Oh, I can do it this way, innit? Hold on. I'm going to post the links. You want to join that?
It's confirmed. So yeah, I mean, if you want to shoot your credibility, if you want to distort your movement, if you want to make the red pill look like a movement for losers that hate women and also hate minorities and value whiteness for some reason, you know, it's in your dating preferences, it's in your language, it's in the way that you insult people, that's okay. Have your movement. But when people discredit it and laugh at it, you're going to be one of the principal reasons why with your behavior. Instead of holding frame, instead of being stoic the way you present in the red pill and handling your stuff well, you get poked and prodded and all of a sudden you unleash this. The reason why this came out is because deep down inside, that's that shit that you feel. That's the stuff that you really believe. That's how you really feel about black people. And now everyone else knows. So, you know.
Let's end there. Cool. Well, let me just, I've got so many softwares open to slow machine down. Close that down. All right, family. So what I'm going to do, I've just posted the link. Let's click on there. And I'm just going to pin it so it goes to the top. Pin to the top. So what's your thoughts on that? We're not going to stay there too long. We could do it, obviously, you guys, if that's what you're going to do. Just going to pin it. Where is it? Black Betterment stream taking so long. Pin message there. So it's not. So the time comes, if you wish to jump in, click on that. You may jump into the show. So that is the first topic. Let's go back to the where is it? So the first that's actually the first topic that we've done first. So the question is, has the black red pill community always had overt self-hatred? I would say yes, but you guys, you know, you might see it differently. Are you in the red pill manosphere space? What's your views on this kind of behavior? Do you see it quite rampant? Do you see anti-blackness in this space at all? In the red pill or black manosphere place or whatever? Let us know. Hold on. That's me. All right. So let us know. But we will come back to that, and we can also speak of that if you guys want. But we're going to move on to the next topic, which is the community-based topic. So let's see if, where is it? What do I need to do? So, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, I know what to do. So basically, guys, what we want to do is we got two tasks. One, we're going to look at the images. So last week, we said we're going to get some images of black love. Waha. Then I'll take my time to design it into 20 squares or posts, whatever, that we can post on the Betterment Broadcast. So I said, let me get that. We'll go through. We'll have a look on it. It will be good if people I know sometimes people log on later. They might not log on this week. But anyone who's part of that, feel free to jump in live and give your opinions. So we're going to look through those. And then we're going to have a voting on what hashtag shall we use. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to welcome a very important special guest. Welcome, Lady Divine. Welcome.
Big Black Betterment.
Excellent. So we're joined by the lovely Lady Divine, Lady Divine. And we're very happy, and hopefully she can chime in. And anyone else we should chime in. This is a community show. Everyone's opinions matter. We understand sometimes people don't have, they might not want to talk live. Makes sense. But feel free to use the forum, and we can do your votes or your opinions there, and we'll try our best. So what we're going to do first is last week we were back and forth and Sister Kush DK helped said, why don't we do a Black Love Is campaign? So we said yes. We backed and forth with every member. We wheeled it down, and we said we're going to make 20 images to start with. So here, This was the first image. Can we see? Yeah, we can see it. Right. Let me see if I can make it. Let me see if I can big it. Let's see if we can get a bit bigger. Black Betterment, brother Kel, Black Betterment.
Black Betterment, brother Raven. Black Betterment, son, sister, Lady D. How you doing, man?
Black Betterment, Big Kel, come on.
Right. So welcome, family. So what I'm gonna do, I've went back and I've made 20 images for the Black Love campaign. So we're gonna look through them now, and then we're gonna have the voting on the hashtags we should use. So obviously, people with their phones, I'm gonna scroll slowly. Some phones might have a terrible refresh rate, so you can't see it. Sadly, if you're just listening, you cannot see the images, but you can always go on Instagram and support. So we're scrolling through some of the images. Oh no, the images that we've picked that we're gonna post. 20 posts. Don't know how long it's gonna take. Could be a week, a day. Depends on how we decide on the Black Love campaign. So hopefully, we're seeing constructive black man with constructive black woman images in a Black Betterment branded way that we're gonna post on Instagram. Hooray! So let's go for it now. And hopefully you're seeing at home and on the panel some images of black people practicing black love in an optical way that's going to be used for our campaign, right? Just looking at black men and women falling in love or being in love or that good stuff there, Very good. Yeah. So we're going for it now. We're on this 15th image. Black love is. Big up Empress Kushti for help coining the Black love is slogan, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's our 20. So there we go. We're gonna go up. So if anyone wants anything now, you can say. But if not, these will be the first 20 of the Black Love campaign of black men with black women. Hopefully, there's no funny stuff in there that we've missed. Because sometimes you have to relook at some of these images and go, "Oh man, what's that? What's going on there?" But generally, this seems to be of a constructive nature. Many black people from all over the diaspora come together to practice black love, black love, black love. So there's black love imagery. So we have 20 there. So hopefully, unless anyone's going to say, we're cool. Now, feel free to jump at any time. If that's the case, we are now going to ask the community for us to help vote for the hashtags we're going to use. So let me see if I can find those hashtags. There we go. So last week we asked the community to what hashtag should we use to that we caption in the actual text section when we post the Black Love campaign. So last week we got Black Love. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Black Love. No, yeah, Black Love reigns. That's right. Black Love reigns supreme. Black Love over everything. Black Love is healing. Black Love is Black Power. Black Love is die. Black Love is wealth. Black Love is currency. Black Love is Black Power. Black Love explosion. Black on Black Love. Black Love is science. So these are the ones we'll be voting to this week, and if you like any of them, and also the ones that we have to use is Black Love has to be used. Black Love exists doesn't have to use, but it's a popular one at the moment, so we will think of using that. And I think that we automatically have to have Black Betterment in there because it's come from the Black Betterment Broadcast, so it's just a standard I'm going to fling in there. But what's this? What's this gentleman? Oh, Abraham Preach is the gentleman's thing. Type in Abraham Preach, you'll find that. Now, so what we're going to do now, if you look on the screen, right, you can see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, right? So what I want everyone to do, if you can, is pick 2 of your favorite from the black section. Yeah? The black section. So if you want Black Love reigns supreme, you put A. And if you want Black Love is currency, you A spacebar G, right? If you want Black Love is healing and Black Love is science, you pick C and spacebar K, right? And let me get a pen. Have I got a pen? I just get a pen. And what I'm going to put this.
Brother Raven, you do know you've got 2 Black Lovers, Black Power, right? That is D and H.
Let me see. Black Love is Black Power, and you know what? You're right. I'm trying. How did that work? Let me check. Unless someone said it twice on the thing. Hold on. You are right. See, this is why we have good community stuff. Well done, sis. I tell you what we should do now. Yeah, because Lady Divine has spotted a duplication. Let me you can't actually edit in this, so let me edit and upload again. But what we can do is I can get rid of Black, but maybe H. Now, was there any others that was missed that because I can now literally edit this now in 17 seconds and replace it, but if not, I'll just get rid of it, right? So is there any that because we did say that if someone wanted to push one after, we might let them get it, but this might be the perfect opportunity. So if so, let me know now. If not,
Black love is unapologetic.
Okay, let me. What I'm going to do is talk amongst yourselves, family, about the campaign, Brother Kale and Sid Divine. And what I'll do, I'll just quickly open it, and I'm going to replace that with Black love is unapologetic. A good one. Did you not say that last week? No,
I did.
Oh, we didn't capture it. No, you tell me. You said it, but it got missed.
It got missed, boo.
Really? That's not good. You know, it would. I reckon maybe it didn't, but when I was typing, you just copy and paste the site. And maybe
just an error. Yeah.
All right, let me find this thing. Black love is unapologetic. Hold on. Black love. So, guys, you are our guests. By all means, you can speak about this topic, or you can talk about the manosphere. By all means, while people are thinking about what they want to vote, by all means, take over. Do what you're doing. I'm just typing. Black love is unapologetic. Oh, come on, Granddad. There we go. And I'll put that in there. And give me some things up though. But family, look at the hashtags on the thing, family. We only get 2 votes. You only get 2 votes. So please make it count. Please make it count. Hold on, let me just find this thing. It's number 43. So think about what you want. You only get 2. So could it be Black Love reigns supreme? Which one of these kind of hashtags really speaks to you? Black Love is wealth. Black Love or die. Very strong, that one. There we go. So we're going to replace H, which is Black Love is power. Is Black Power, sorry. With the fantastic new update, Black love is unapologetic. This unapologetic word is very good. Unapologetic, there you go. Save, I'm going to save as, and then give us 17 seconds, and I'm sure it'll update on the fantastic thing. So export. But yeah. What are you guys' feelings that in the sorry, I can't really see my screen because I've got 2 softwares up that's draining the power, but let me put underscore there.
I'll be honest with you, right? It's out of A and H.
A and H.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing you say that because H is now being replaced. So hold on.
Okay.
Let me give you the
yeah.
So give me 40 seconds. It takes because it's a massive document. It might take a minute to render. But I'm just going to move this to the slide so I can see the people at home. Oh no, that's actually the internet. That has to go. Where's my screen gone? Hold on. Man, 2 screens. I still lost my thing. There we go. Let me put that to the side. So family, we're asking people. Remember that if 2 people vote, what they vote happens. That's how it works. If you don't turn up, if you're at work and you miss it, we're sorry. The Betterment Broadcast, you log in, you get your choice, and we go with it. And that we're going to push that campaign. I think it's done now. Let me check. Let me just update it. I mean, hold on. Where is it? Back. Forgive my machine for taking long. 43.
You know what, brother? I'm going to go with Black Love is Science, you know.
Really?
Yeah, it's definitely because science does typify knowledge. You have to have knowledge, as I always believe. You have to have knowledge on female psychology, male psychology in order to build. So yeah, I'm gonna go with K. Black love is science.
Wow.
So you've got A and K on A and K, right? Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna find this sheet because my machine is kind of exceptionally slow. The shows. There we go. And 43. Show 43. Wow, is it still rendering? She's a better software, really. There we go, 43. And yeah, good. So hopefully when I click on this, it should just open. Let's see, it should just show up on the thing. Oh, really? Really? That's a bit weird. Hold on. Oh, it's still rendering. Oh, of course it is. Why would it not be rendering? Okay. Well, we'll leave it there. So far we've got, let me write down on my thing that what brother's saying. Family, don't forget, tell a friend your votes matter. Come in. This is the Black Love campaign. People say they want to see more love and more ideas. You are part of that process. You're not separate from the community. Whatever you want can be so. You just have to make it that way. So please, your opinions matter. So those in the forum, let us know what you want. Big up, Buddha Bing. Big up, brother there. Who's it? Okay, is it on that? Cool. Yeah, all in there. Where's the thing gone? I had my Man, when I tell you things are disappearing, it's like what? Okay, drive. It's annoying. I also did a show today. Hopefully the brother could log in. He's showing promote his show if he's live. A big up brother Kel for the connect there today.
Yeah, big up brother, man. Big up brother.
Brother Kel was connecting minds together to very good. Brother Kel's always behind the scenes doing the work, so well done to the brother.
Black Betterment, brother. Black Betterment.
Of course. Where are we? Yeah, there's Black Love is Cloud twice. I can see it. Cool. So what am I doing again? I think I'm trying to
You was gonna make the list of the people's votes.
Yeah. But my machine is what is it's like it's still like literally loading. I'm thinking this is mad. Like, what kind of software is this? This is going to be industry standard. It's so load. Have I got video editing software open or something? No, not really. Let me close that one. What's that? Yeah, it's taking its time, sweet time, man. This is a big document. It should be done now. I think we're done. The shows. This should be good. Almost there, family. Almost there. Get there in the end. That's what happens when you're community led, on the fly kind of show. I can't see it. So I don't know what to say there. It hasn't loaded. So I don't know what that's saying. Let me check. File, save as. Oh, I know. Export. Is it because it wasn't exported? Is that what it is? Jokers. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Okay, underscore. Sorry, family. I'm just doing it one more time. Let's see what happens. This should be better. Export. So anyway, family, you can still vote. Even though H is missing, the H will be replaced with Lady Divine. What was it again? It's Love is Black Lives Unapologetic. Yeah. So that's what it is. So feel free to think. That's why because I've written down what Brother Kel said. So Brother Kel, what was your vote again? So I can write down in my document.
Yeah, Black Love is Science.
Okay, Black Love is Science, which is
Okay.
Okay, and you get 2 votes, Brother K. Which is your first one? Is that the first one?
And Black Love reigns supreme.
Okay, very powerful one. K and A.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. It's funny that if you spell your name, brother, that's the first 2 things. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing? Okay.
That's proper. Yeah, man.
It was meant to be. It's meant to be. So, Lady Divine, I don't know if L is L there. ABC. No, I don't think so. I don't think you can do it for you. Maybe Divine you can. D, E, and I. So I'm just saying, not that you should be picking because of that. But do you know the 2 that you want to pick? Do you know the 2 that you might want to pick?
I'm gonna rock with my H and my K. I'm with the Science as well. Yep.
Okay, H and K. Let me write that in. H. So that means K twice. That's interesting. That's K twice then. So that already that's quite big. You must forgive me. My machine is going exceptionally messed up, and it's this rendering nonsense. Oh, come on. This is mad thing. Hold on. Oh, there it is. No, it's not there. So why would it disappear? Unless.
But I do like the structure how you've structured it, man. Hashtag ideas and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Informative for the mind, man. Comprehension is good, man.
For those joining now, if you don't know what we're doing, let's basically we're pushing a campaign. If you look at the screen at the moment, hopefully is it on the screen? Where is it? It's taking its time to load. Yeah, there you go. Ta-da! So we've taken all these fantastic images of Black women and men practicing Black love. as an optic strategy, and we're going to be posting it this week, sometime maybe Monday start, something, I don't know, maybe weekend, I don't know. We'll work that out. And because we're going to post 20 images of the first batch, we're going to post that first, and then we also have to have a tag with it. So we're picking the tags now. We're having a voting system, and a big up everything is everything. And so we're asking the family what hashtags work well. Maybe we pick 5 or 6. I'm not too sure the number people normally pick, but right now my machine is rendering down the updates because there's 2 of the same files in the same thing, and my goodness, it's slow. But either way, while we wait, as we can do, let's talk about the Black Love campaign with our guests, which is Brother Kel and Lady Divine. Think it's a good idea then to try to promote Black Love and that kind of stuff, use your visuals? What do you think?
100%, definitely.
Yeah, interesting. I think we asked the community, like, what are the strategies we could do to make this normal, like to make to help spell out the necessity of constructive black man with constructive black woman. And okay, so we've got Black Love or Die and first rule of so everything's everything. What we're asking the brothers to do while you log in is we're asking everyone to pick 2 hashtags that comes on the document. Keep in mind that H is to be replaced with Black Love is unapologetic. So we're updating the file now, but this machine is exceptionally slow, and it's taking forever to upload because who knows, maybe there's a person trying to undermine Black Love. Never know. But so H will change to Black Love is unapologetic. But if you had to pick 2 of these to be hashtags, which 2 would you pick? Which 2 would you pick? See that mad thing. So let us know. So far, the one that seems to win with 2 votes will be Black Love is Science, and then you'll have joint third is oh wait a minute, I didn't write. Lady Divine, which one did you pick? Because I didn't write down. Did you pick 2?
I did H and K, yeah.
Oh, okay, H, which is unapologetic, and K. Oh yeah, Black Love is unapologetic, which isn't here, that will come, and K is Black Love is Science. So definitely Black Love is Science so far we picked. But guys, feel free to have your vote because pretty much when you vote, it will get done. Or feel free to jump in, click on the thing to jump in. We'll do that. Yeah, but who knows how long this thing will take to render. Maybe it's because I've got a live stream going on and a InDesign thing going on. It takes forever. It's embarrassing, really, but it's what it is. What are you gonna do? But were you familiar? We'll jump quickly to the other topic briefly and jump back. But were you familiar with Lady Divine, the red pill space and the manosphere space? Are you familiar with that kind of thing?
Oh, definitely. That's kind of how I came into YouTube, actually. Oh, great. Years ago, yeah. So, yeah, I'm very familiar with them, yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay. Well, you came in co-sign or work a reform or work against?
Who came to go against and shut them down,
okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we had a brother here who was from the red pill space. He came on a few months back, but he was very triggered by black women. Like, just every time he mentioned black women, he seemed to go into some kind of thing. But he came on and it's hard to really engage with him because he seemed to be easily triggered. But yeah, no, we definitely are interested in finding out, because obviously there's people who say that the manosphere space is productive, and some say it's not. So we definitely want to talk to that. Is this thing done? Yeah, it looks like it's done. If it's not done now, I'm giving up. I'm literally giving up. All right, it's done. It's 27 megabytes. Man, that's mad.
Oh, wow.
That's big for talking about. I mean, I'm going to have to actually come through here and start doing some spring cleaning because this is mad. Like, I might have to start stripping down. This document is huge. Let me find. Okay, here we go. This should be. If it's not working now, I officially say, yeah, it's enough. Where is it? Hold on. There it is. All right, unapologetic. Yeah, okay, there it is. We've got it. So Goodness grief. All right, cool. Now it's
We
updated.
got there,
Family.
yay. Oh, we
Yay.
see some votes are in the chat as well, Raven. I don't know if you want to look through the chats.
Yeah, is there any votes? I never saw any.
Well, I see EIE's got Black Love is what is he put? He put Black Love is Black Live or Die. Yeah, so that was
is that on the list? Is that on the list, sister? Because if it's not on the list,
yeah, it's on E. Black
yeah,
Love
so
or
guys,
Die. Yeah.
if you could just say the letter, it'll be easier, and it'll be easy to type. So just say the letter, the 2 letters. So you get 2 letters. So I put E down. Let me put this to the side. That's so much space. Yeah. So E, and I have another one. But everyone, which of the letters on the right, would you have for the 2 hashtags that we're going to use for the Black Love campaign? Your votes matter. We could just do it ourselves and ignore the community, but we don't want to do that. So you guys came up last week. This week we're going to vote. Pick 2 of them, and so far we definitely know that Black Love is Science is winning, and then Black Love is Unapologetic is joint second with Black Love reigns supreme. So Dominic is saying K, Brother Dominic is saying K and G, which is Black Love is Science. Okay, and G, Black Love is Currency. All right. I think you might get one more vote if you vote before. And anyone else, feel free to give your opinions. If not, we're good. Always welcome. Give your opinions, blah, blah, blah. But if not, we shall, I guess, we can leave that up whilst we talk about, well, we have guests. So really, the protocol is, guests, where do you want to go? That should be the protocol.
Oh, this manosphere space. Oh, Lord.
Right.
What are you going to do about it, Raven?
Well, one of the things is I've spoke to people who are actually in the Black Manosphere. Or they're very well versed with it, whatever. And the first thing I was saying when I first saw it was, this is giving off a lot of anti-Black energy, and because of the work I do, I can see it. And usually these things are very covert. And it's, it starts with things like preferences, like this is my preference, and then it starts with certain terms to describe Black people, very under the radar, but then I will let them know, and I would say I suspect what's going to happen is there's going to be some kind of civil war, or someone's just going to do something that highlights a major problem. And from the UK standpoint, we saw the Pearly things and and her surrounding Black entourage and how some were supportive of her behavioral pattern, and we were analyzing that. Oh, what I want people to notice within this space is how all the people of the same race or non-Black people get on code with each other. You never see them demean themselves as a people group. They talk about collective, so they'll talk about women as a collective. But I guess within this space now that they've separated the Black woman and usually turn towards the Black woman, and then naturally civil wars go on between the Black men, and then they use racial terms, racial epithets, historical to fight each other in a space that's meant to be brotherhood. So already something that was preaching brotherhood it seems to be imploding, and this is a pattern we see with many. Black ideas that spring off from non-Black ideas, where those unfortunately ideas seem to have high connections with anti-Black racism. It seems, or ideas. We've got another vote. We've got D there. It looks like so. Where's my finger on that? So we're gonna have D down. So let's see. D is Black Love is Black Power. So I'm gonna write this. Hold on. D. We got a D. So, family, for those who don't know, we're asking people to pick 2 letters for us to vote. But also, we're talking about the red pill space, manosphere space, overtly anti-Black. Let's see some of the comments. Jazz Pearly Things has packed up and gone back to America. She has got what she wanted from the London space. This is true. I suspect she has got what she wanted from the London space as well as the Black space. And now she can continue to do what she wants. Maybe she might move more into white supremacy or white collectivism or whatever it is topics, because she's seen again on the video we saw with Nick Fuentes, I think his name is. So maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's a goal. Or maybe that's a natural thing. Once again, you're seeing how non-black people get on code, and how black people do not get on code. Hence why we do promote code, code awareness here and creating code, community code creation, collaboration. How do we create codes that better suit black people? And obviously, if you're gonna have a space called the manosphere where reforming men is fine, and men checking each other, make sure each other's fine, but ultimately, even if you say there might be a problem with women, in your case, black women, or all women, however you word it, if that was true, it's how do you offer solutions to the women of the community for people to come together to create black families and institutions that can black. Go on, brother King. You said you were saying something.
That's what I was saying, brother Raven. Why it should be black love is science, because science, knowledge and understanding are synonymous. You can know something, but do you understand exactly what you're knowing? And to encourage black people to get knowledge on each other, the empathy, the understanding, the confidentiality, all these things, man, that will build up the black family is very important. And under the ban of science, with the black love before it, is definitely very marketable, man.
All right. So far, Black Love is Science will do. So Black Love is Science will join Black Love is, Black Love exists, and Black Betterment as the 4 hashtags that we use. So if we use, I think 4 might be a good number. I don't know. So far, Black Love is winning. Unless others want to vote, it will join as the 4th hashtag. So family, if you've got if you want to vote any others, just put 2 letters in your vote for the Black Love campaign. We're joined here today by 3 topics. Help us develop ideas for Black Love campaign. Obviously, what hashtags can be used to promote the Black Love campaign, as well as has the Black red pill community always had overt self-hatred? And we analyzed a video of Afro-Sudanese brother who was showing very high amount of anti-black sentiments towards another Afro-Caribbean brother or an Ethiopian brother, I think. We were just showing how, many black collectives, we when people fight, we see self-destruction happen very quick. People quick to try to undermine black features, black culture, black ideas, but you don't necessarily see that in other communities in this context, as well as you see that those other non-black people are happy to entertain this anti-black rhetoric on their platform, to which they laugh and encourage, and it's a joke, hardy. But when we saw Pearly Things on her platform, she was very adamant to defend the admitted white supremacist, and there was no jokes there. It was like, this is my friend and he's not racist, blah blah blah, whatever it is, right? So this is what I'm saying. You see a brotherhood and sisterhood in other communities seems to be almost codified, but unfortunately, in the black community, within so many of these kind of spaces, there seems to be a trouble with it. So we're trying to find solutions, you see. Right.
Yeah, I mean, collectively, synchronized African descendants must destroy the advertisement of the manosphere and divestment. Both of it is unsynchronized, you know what I mean? And it uplifts the non-Africans' strategies of causing more disorganization. I mean, when they go out their race, if that's what they're choosing to do, they always have a political character assassination on the black woman. You know what I mean? They increase the exaggeration of letting their partners or the collective know that we're not about black love. And sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's very outlandish at the same time. So because of this there now, they cannot be trusted when they are speaking about our issues, which is why we have to always shut them down. Like, you cannot ever speak about black issues ever again. Any form of political alignments, economics, etc., you're forbidden to talk about that because you haven't controlled your dopamines. It's going to make you a little bit confused, and then you're going to, say something that's going to confuse us black community. So yeah, man, we have to shut that down.
That kind of brings me to, I haven't prepared a case study for it yet because it's relatively fresh. But there's a brother in the States called Cornel West, and he's American philosopher, political activist, social actor. So maybe I should put a picture of him somewhere. Yeah, let me type a picture of him, Cornel West, just so when people are searching it, they know what I'm talking about. Here we go, Cornel West. I got a picture of him. Let's find it over now. So yeah, the reason I'm bringing the brother up is because I've always historically saw him in debate circles and talking about black issues and this kind of stuff. And I could be wrong. I overheard that he might be running for president, trying to.
Yeah, and Cornel West is a brilliant elder. However, he's unsynchronized. He has a multicultural agenda, and you and I know, Brother Raven, multiculturalism for us as black people, especially in our movements, has definitely pushed us right at the bottom and increased those who are beneficiaries of our oppression to excel in their agenda. So this is the problem with our elder, Mr. West. This is the issue, So
let me present. Hold on, share screen, and it should be this software. So we'll use Firefox.
I'm not familiar with him, so I'm learning as we go along.
So the reason I mention him is because this is just a political strategy, regardless of what nation you're from or what nation you're in, as it pertains to a black person who might use blackness as a marketing, tool or not, who knows. But what I'm saying is, one way to this for one way thing I would push forward is the two kind of questions you would ask. Like one is, who is the brother married to or sister married to? For one, and two, do they have any black agenda or black Pacific agendas? You see, and so I'm just finding out now that I think the brother wants to run for president, which is I don't know if it's sincere. It's okay, but what I'm aware is he's married to a non-black woman. So that could be a red flag, and I think his wife before that was a non-black woman.
Yeah.
So
that's a definite red flag now. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Brother Raven, because of that, can we use Father Divine as a case study of why this can never happen? You see what I'm saying, brother? We can use the ancestors who passed away as case studies and observation that you're doing exactly what he did, so we can shut it down straight away. This is the beautiful thing, man, about political science, man. Whatever happens in the past, it continues. So
yeah. No, I think. Well, remember, there's the two ticks that we're asking, and this is across the nation, across the board. I think might be a good strategy, and that is, if you're using blackness as a brand, or you're trying to appeal to black people, and you're political, the two things are: who are you married to a black person? If you are married, and two, do you have any black agendas? Like that's something that's specifically for black people. And I think as a culture, as a people, that would work really well. Let me see if I can. So I'll put this up as well. Let me. If I do that, will it change? Let's hope so. Oh yeah, it worked. Look at that magic. So, is it even working online? Hold on. Oh, so many windows open. Hold on. Where is it? Move that out of the way. I should have that set up really. Please move that out of the way. Right. There we go. Yeah. So so I think this might be his wife. This is his wife. So yeah, I think right now, the if you talk to the average everyday black person, it's probably quite shocking to put high visibility or high needing on the partner of a person who represents your needs, or unless it's using blackness to to gain a political kind of marketing campaign or awareness. And I think it's beneficial for us to actually make these. What as a black woman, Lady Divine, do you think that might be a good idea where we actually openly ask, but a requirement if someone is to be in black spaces and using blackness as marketing politically and stuff, to say we have two kind of requirements. Black love is one of them. If you want, because some people might not be able to find love, or they maybe do the whole nun thing, which you respect the person if that's what they're doing. But if they are going to choose someone, or they're fortunate enough to find someone, then it has to be someone of the same political agenda group or black group, whatever it might be, and then also have actual things that you want to do to benefit black people.
Well, this is why we have the question on the table. We've had it on the table for a few years now. Can you be pro-black and lie white? We've been openly asking these questions in the community because I'm under the assumption you are 100% compromised.
Yes.
And what is your actual agenda? What's going on? Because you're preaching one thing, but you're living another, and your actions normally should align up with your words. So yeah,
I think so. But
I struggle with that. Yeah,
I would say that actually, I don't think certain people are preaching one thing and doing something else. I think they're actually doing what they're preaching, but how we choose to listen or the questions we ask were never there. So that's why whenever I talk, especially Speaker's Corner, and when I jump on a lot of these universal panels, whatever, I always ask them, what's your views on black economics and what's your views on black love? And then I qualify it by saying constructive black man, constructive black woman, this kind of stuff. And then you start seeing what they say, and it's like, so you're not for it. I think there was an example with in America with Kamala Harris, who's I think the vice president at the moment, and I think they asked her a question about, do you have anything specifically for black people? And she said, oh, we'll never do anything specifically for black people. Like, no, FALD is for everyone. But then she had like LGBT specific kind of things she was doing, and Chinese specific kind of things she was doing, and Ukraine specific things they're trying to do. So that like you can ask those questions for them to give you their answer, and when they do, go, okay, well, and I think for someone like her, and all power to her, like, getting through the system and be successful. However, when it comes to any kind of blackness affiliation, if she's not married to a black man, which she's not, as well as she has no agenda for black people, then it'll be very hard to take her serious in that kind of light. And I think that should be a universal thing across the board when it comes to political stuff, because once again, in the UK, we did a research of trying to find all the black political men from across the board. And what seemed to be a very consistent thing is all the UK white political men have white wives. And now, if that's the case with all the political men have white wives in the UK, well, and then in America, all the political men who come forward seem to have white wives, then it's almost like there needs to be a dot collecting. And none of them seem to have any black agenda stuff. Or it might be something like, try to stop like police from beating up black men or something like this, right? It's like, okay, well, there is more needs than that, and that should be something that's more like anyway. Like police shouldn't be beating up people. So the fact that it's almost like you come in politically, and what you do is there's an environment where black people are being attacked, and you want me to vote for you because you're going to tell them not to attack them anymore. It's like, well, that should be like that should be a given. That's not even like, that's not really an agenda, really. That's just something that's humanitarian, right? So I don't know. I think that's where a lot of these political things end up going. They assume that, I don't know. It's very peculiar. But yeah, to answer your question, can you be pro-black? And no, you can't. I had that question today in the interview.
Wow. Okay. Coincidence.
Yeah. No, well, it's a question. If you ever mention the term pro-blackness, the most important question in pro-blackness as it pertains to algorithms and online is, can you be pro-black and date? And it's usually white women, but outside your race is what they usually, the other term they use. And that's because black people are collectively inadequate, where whenever if the most important question when it comes to liberating yourself or furthering yourself, recovering from mass past trauma is, can I marry outside my group? then that highlights that and still be seen as a person who's pro, pro. That shows where we're at. Like we want to be at the point where it's like, am I pro black if I haven't started 20 black businesses? Or something that's like, okay, well, one is fine, but it's like, you want to be black led, as in, the confusion or the stress is on overworking too much rather than underworking and doing things that has nothing to do with black progression. This might be another case of that. So for those who are joining now, we're looking at a brother called Brother Cornel West. The reason we're looking at him is because he's a brother who seems to be in a space in America of a lot of let me not use to pro black, very bad. Black topics and black liberation. I want to say maybe a black freedom or black people not being mistreated. And that's another thing that you can observe, that a lot of these black people around the world who you see on this kind of like, fist in the air kind of movement, a lot of them are actually there to minimize black people being mistreated, but they're not necessarily there to have black people work with black people to progress. They want to kind of integrate and have a shared experience of progression with surrounding people. And that's what they did. So we as the Black Betterment Broadcast, we have to find ways to market black people working with black people as the number one agenda, and like this is what we want all over the world when it comes to black people stepping into black spaces and using their blackness or their black connections, whatever it is, to try to rally black people to vote for them or to, give them some kind of boost or whatever. Like there needs to be a requirement, and I would say from a political standpoint, the requirement is, one, are you married to a black person if you are married? And two, do you have any specific agendas for black people in your county, state, country, or what it might be? That should be the two given stuff. That's bam. What do you guys think of that in the forum? Think that's a good idea? Do you think that can run? Let us know. Meanwhile, we'll jump off that for stop sharing screen and go back to present screen share.
Yeah, it's a good it's a good assessment to find out who's who. Are you with a black woman? Constructive. And are your political agenda nationalistic? You know what I mean? Also, Brother Raven, is that I noticed that the Black Betterment, political science is that we categorize the Black betterers and the Black Betterment builders.
Yes.
We spoke about this many times. The Black Betterment builders should not really be interfering when it comes to political agendas, brother, due to the fact of certain deficiencies as it pertains to who they've picked as a partner, or perhaps certain multiculturalism mindset they have. So really, it's kind of clear really that the Black betterers will be tackling the political side. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah. So let's get what I've done for those who are new to the Black Betterment Broadcast. We've got two ways of operating that we're promoting when it comes to practicing the lifestyle of Black Betterment. And one is the lifestyle of the Black betterers. And if you're a Black betterer, that means you're dedicated to Black love, trying to partner and marry Black people, dedicated to Black economics, Black people teaching important skills, join, create Black networks, promotes Black betterment, and promotes high principle behavior amongst Black people. Is that another one? I forgot about. Yeah, this was a better one. Yeah, so a Black betterer is a Black person practicing a lifestyle choice involving dedicated to enhancing the livelihood of Black people, specifically, locally and globally, in all areas of people activity, whenever it's constructively possible. So that person, in all areas of activity, they're trying to promote Black love, right? Black betterment, Black unity, Black ownership, all the Blacks, right? But then that might be too much for certain people. So we're saying that for everyone who that might be well intense, we want you to be a Black betterment builder, and that is you can be a Black betterment builder, and that is a Black betterment builder is a Black person practicing a lifestyle choice involving dedication to enhancing the livelihood of Black people, specifically, locally or globally, in one or more areas of people activity. So we're saying is some people might not have time to they just want to let me support, a black business, and let me actually be dedicated to teaching black children specifically how to make an apple, how to, play football, be healthy. And that there's one activity that you can have that you will be seen as a black betterment builder. As in, this guy's a builder. He's not better because his philosophies doesn't fully align with it, but there's a space for you. However, there could be a person who is a black betterment builder in the sense of everything they do, yeah, for the most part, is black led, and they could be seen as a black bearer. However, if they choose not to be with a black woman or vice versa, black man, then they have to. The only title they can go for is black betterment builder, because that's how important that option is. That if you're going to pick a life partner, a mother of your children, and someone who's going to own half the business, it will be a woman or a man of African descent, black people, whatever. And that means that person, he might be extremely efficient, will have to be seen as a black betterment builder. And we liken this to like seeing like a vegan. There could be a person who, they raise so much money to save animals, whatever. But as soon as they eat an animal, in that process, they can no longer be viewed as vegan. They can be viewed as animal safety or animal, whatever the word is, like animal kind or whatever. But the actual particular lifestyle of veganism, they don't qualify for. And black betterer, you won't be able to qualify for, because we place high emphasis on black love. Now, this concept is very important for the black man and the black woman. However, I want us to highlight that the reason why we put emphasis on this is actually for the black woman. And what we're showing the black woman is we take these historical choices very serious as black men, and we recognize historically there has been a bit of a hiccup when it comes to optically making black woman the number one choice without question in all areas of activity when it comes to finding a partner. So we bake into the lifestyle we're doing a guarantee that if you're a part of this at the highest echelon, a part of that requirement is to find a constructive black woman. Do you think that's very beneficial, Lady Divine?
Sorry, give me 1 second, yeah?
No, take it to you. I understand you might be doing things, but while you're thinking, I think there's some questions. Kanye West is, okay, I'm not going to use those terms, but he's been married 5 times with wives. Is it true that he's been married 5 times with non-black people? Is it 5 times? That seems quite extraordinary if a man's been married 5 times and not once. It can't be. I refuse to believe that this man is married 5 times, and he's in the black firmament space, and not one of them has been African descent. I actually refuse to believe that. I'm gonna have to research that. I heard it was 2, but if it's 5, that cannot be so. That seems. If someone could do the research on it, that'd be very interesting, because that would be almost alarming. That would be next week's case study. The future president of America has been married 5 times and not once to his own people. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that's very detrimental. That is. All
Well,
due
'cause,
respect to the elder.
I suspect that's not true. But what I would say is, everyone argues about Barack Obama and the things he did and didn't do for the black community, and we can definitely agree to most of that. However, if you ask me, the best contribution Barack Obama did from outside looking in, and that is marrying a black woman and being in a high position with a black woman, and smiling and being kind amongst the family, and painting a picture of a well-knit family, constructive family, outside political affiliations and choices made that many will disagree with, and rightly so, I say. But however, that alone is very good. And now, if you try to couple that, if you try to mix that with a new black person coming in and not being a black woman, and especially they're not even doing any kind of agenda to help black people, that might be that would be extremely problematic, and that's something that as a community we should talk about. But the question I asked Lady Divine, who's a bit busy at the moment, that I actually women in the group, do you feel that it's a good thing that as black men we are pushing that black men should be black women, but we bake it into the lifestyle we're promoting? So it's officially part of the lifestyle, and by not doing so, you cannot get to the certain echelons of the lifestyle that we're saying. If you're a black woman, is that beneficial? Let us know. there is this saying that sometimes black men, skip past the importance of black love and not find a black woman, but not within these kind of spaces. So let us know. So those who join us today, we're saying 2 topics. Help us develop a black love campaign. We have voting where next week we'll be pushing black love imagery, and we ask the community what should we use a hashtag. We have black love is as 1, black love exists as 2 potentially, black betterment as 3, and we ask you to vote for the 4th. And so far, black love is science, which is K, is winning. If you guys have any others that we should pick, put 2 down, put like say A and C or E and F, and then we'll tally up which ones come up, and then the most will push through. But so far, black love is science will be the 4th hashtag. So let us know if you want to add to it, what you want to do, and all that good stuff. So just pick one of the 2 you see on screen at the moment. Those who are listening live, your choices matter. We are a live, community-based broadcast where we network and talk to people live, and people's opinions matter. Black people's opinions matter when it comes to black betterment. So feel free to give us your opinions and your votes, because we will use it. But so far, black love is science is winning. So let us know which one we should be using. So those were the 2 topics. We were asking about, has the red pill community always had overt self-hatred? And we watch a few videos where a gentleman called Fresh, Afro-Sudanese brother, who went off and started showing anti-black racism, self-hatred, this kind of stuff, where he dressed up as a KKK member on an Asian man's podcast or show, and he was laughed and supported by all the non-black people in that particular environment, as tends to happen quite a bit. They get jailed on when they do anti-black sentiments, make fun of black women, black men, you name it. Without black love, you can't have generational wealth. If we hate each other instead of embracing ourselves. Big up brother Dominic there. He's promoting black love, saying it's a good idea, and it's connected directly to generational wealth, how you achieve something and pass it down. That's what we're dealing with. So the link should be, guys, I think the link is connected to the top. So if you wish to join in, jump in. Funny enough, our shows have been going for 3 to 4 hours, which is meant to be like 2 hours at most. And we're past the 1 hour mark. But if everyone's okay with the voting and everything's there, we can move on. I'll show you one more time. Oh, where is it gone? One more time. This week, we will be posting the Black Love campaign on Instagram. If you look at your screen at the moment, you'll see it. These are the images of Black Love we're going to be posting, and we're asking the community what hashtag should we use. We have 3 hashtags that's pretty much solid at the moment, where there's 1 more to vote for. And so far, Black Love is Science will be the 4th one, but you guys can feel free to vote. And we're currently just scrolling through the Black Love campaigns. Please go on Black Betterment Broadcast on Instagram and follow the Black Betterment Broadcast on Instagram. So when we post these, you can share, love, thumbs up, and comment, and create awareness and algorithms on this concept of Black Love. Blah, 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 blah. Feel free to do it. But soon we will be I've pretty much reached the topic climax of what I want to promote. And if there's no more questions or no more conversations, we will be closing in 9 minutes. But if not, we'll go into the full 12. But if not, then we will go. We're joined today by Lady Divine and Brother Kel, who's joined today by these 2 great contributors week to week. And as their guests, they can lead on what we should talk about. We have some comments from the group as well. Let's see if we can go through. I think most of us can answer 1, 3. We might marry black, but we don't have an agenda. Not sure what that means, brother, but there you go. Without black love, you can't. Okay, we read that one already. And Dominic has followed up with, most black men I know don't have married a non-black person or dating, as either dated more non-black people than black women has ever dated a black woman. I'm probably reading that wrong because there's no commas in it, but most black men I know that have married a black person or dated as either more non-black people than I get it. Just say more people who you find who are married to non-black people have a history of actually pursuing that, as in it's a preference, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, and I think where we're using Cornel West, the potential new president of America, who knows, as a case study for that, as in the brother, he's in a lot of black speaking spaces, but his last two wives were of non-black descent, and a question was asked by Lady Divine, can you be seen as pro-black, if at all, and marry and not be with a black woman? Towards the answer was swiftly no, you cannot be seen that way. And then we said, any political person who wants to use blackness as a market or wants a black vote, we should have a requirement. And we said that the requirement should be, if they are in a relationship, it's with a black person, and they have to have a black agenda. I think it's very important to have a very direct, strong stance on this. I think what it is when you go to certain ideas or certain places, there's the highly concentrated member of something, and there's a highly concentrated member of something. There's a dedication that spells out what they're about. And I think if you're in a black space and you're promoting some kind of blackness and you want to tap into black voters and stuff, then that means you have to be about it. And being about it means you definitely have to promote black love and black economics and these kinds of things.
It's also having the confidence as well, Brother Raven, because you know very well when you speak to our people about these demands and these requests, right? They seem to be very startled with some form of future, assassination. But the most alpha black man and alpha black woman is the ones who wants to preserve the race. They don't make any excuses. They will be very strategic and diplomatic. However, it will lead towards that it must start with, constructive black man and constructive black woman, nationalistic mindset, temporary coalitions, just like the code of conduct. We understand that when we use the word temporary coalitions, having that mindset of, when I go into a university that's not owned by black people, I could get very attached to that. I want to help out the establishment. But if I have the word meaning and mindset to control my dopamines on validating the word temporary, I won't get too comfortable. And if you're doing any logistic type of business and you have to, of course, certain things are required in the land that you're living in, but you have the mindset, I'm only doing this because it's temporary. This is the problem with us. There's nothing wrong with, using certain facilities, as long as you have the temporary. But when you have that permanent mindset, you get comfortable. And then the next generation gets comfortable on what you've made, that, I'm just going to be comfortable in a factory that I've been working for 40 years, when in actuality I could have learned the skills and create my own factory and employ a lot of black people. So, yeah.
No, I agree. And I think that's why the mindset and the lifestyle is important, that this is the agenda. I was talking today in the show where I was telling the brother that there are other nations and community groups where they might go through a war or they might be going through a terrible time, or however it's been caused. And they might send out hundreds of people from their land to go to universities all around the world to learn particular skills to then come back to that nation and help build it up. And I think this should be a concept with people, as well as, even if you are in other lands, how to build up the communities in that land, the people of that. So I think what Brother Kel was saying is similar to that, and definitely something we co-sign here. Questions. There we go. Black can't build wealth without black love. Just feel that it is always an inferior complex if you're black and you're with a non-black partner. And what's the other one? What makes them better than black women? Oh, you just talk. Okay. We'll read that. But yeah, we don't need to set any competition like it. That's why I say one thing I would say is, I don't use the term preference. I don't think that's a good term. I think what was what I said? Was it? I think it's obligation. I think that preference means that there's a hierarchy where it's like, if I get married, it's going to more likely to be a black woman than you read it a lesser. But I think it's more of an obligation. Like, I'm obligated to marry a constructive black woman. Or I'm looking to find a constructive black woman. and that if we can get black men to think that way, that might be beneficial rather than preferences.
And I agree. We spoke about this before, me, you, and Sister Kushti. I think a lot of some of the audience disagreed, but I'm going to, mention it again. Is that having the mindset of it's a business. We're marrying for the sake of the business.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're marrying for the sake of generational, son, children that's going to benefit that. It's business. It has to be classed as that. Black betterment, must be classed as a business. Keeping black people in power is a business. You know what I mean? And I think if we do that and have that kind of criteria, man, and have that format, then we can definitely, you know what you're doing there, it's bad for business. Okay, you want to be with a non-African woman? Yeah, it's bad for business. Permanent coalition with non-African people, bad for business again. So yeah,
I agree.
Definitely.
I agree. But I think we can codify it and mark it, and how we can do that is because whenever you come in 5 days, you've always got to think of the counter tongue. And the counter tongue is what they'll try to do is they'll try to paint a Disney picture, and they go, "Oh no, but marriage is about love, and you can't expect a man to go against love for business. Business is a cold word, while love is a warm word." So how we counter that is by saying, okay, because we're collectively inadequate, and we understand that the business of black people is going to help cure us from this. You're saying that this Disney love is true, and the black man can't help but fall in love with a non-black woman. So I say this: because we say that black love is a business, and somehow this black man has been smited by the love of a non-black woman, why don't we say, if this happens in our community, the code is go and marry your non-black woman. However, any riches or assets that is accrued, a contract is signed that it goes back to the sister of the brother or the family of the man marrying, not the woman married into. And hopefully you can have all of his love while the black family have all of his assets and wealth.
That's right.
It'll be interesting if that conversation goes, yes, that sounds good, because in the Disney cartoon, they would give up all their assets and wealth to be with the lady of their life. But once again, in the real world, I don't think that's how it works, because once again, in the real world, it actually is a business, you see? So we can use these strategies to promote black business and the black love of the business, and try to help shut down the Disney talkers who try to make whimsical love as an important element for the black people to progress. Like, just follow your hearts, and your hearts will, ignore your wallets, and I'm sure you end up with a woman who you love, which I'm sure will be or won't be a non-black woman, blah, 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 blah. So there you go. Right. So there you go. 11:30. So we're joined by Lady Divine and King Kel. King Kel, and we covered. I don't know if we need to ask one more time if we're good to end the votes, but for those who are joining, we were asking where is it? We're asking the people who are live now to give us their vote. There's 2 letters that they want to see on the screen: Black love reigns supreme, Black love is over everything, Black love is healing, Black love is Black power, Black love will die, Black love is wealth, Black love is currency, Black love is unapologetic, Black love explosion, Black on Black love, and Black love is science. We said if you wanted to vote, feel free to look at that list and give us your vote now, and we will pick one for the Black love campaign that we start I think next week, where we post 20 black images of constructed black man, constructed black woman, and hopefully you guys can support and hashtag and all that good stuff that you do to do the algorithms. You know what you're doing. Go on Instagram and do it. So hopefully you can do that. But feel free today to vote for one of these to become a hashtag. And so far, Black Love is Science is hashtag. But if you type anywhere from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to K, of which one you want to pick, and then it will add it to tally, and whichever one gets the most will win. Blah, 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 blah. Good stuff. So let us know which one you want, because your votes matter. But we have tackled today the Black Love campaign and welcome people, as well as is the red pill community overtly anti-black? We spoke about that. And then obviously we looked at some case studies of a potential future president known as Brother Cornel West, and And we're saying, does he have any agendas for black people in America, as well as what's his dating history? Does that prove any kind of agenda? And we've done that as a case study. But we are joined by Lady Divine and Brother Kel. So anything you guys wish to go down and say, by all means you can. And
Yeah, as I said, being a bit more because as you know very well in it, we have to market keeping black people in power and etc. So if any form of character assassination on the black woman's image, we can refer to, oh, this is very unsynchronized and bad for business. And we can start the conversation that way. Oh, why is it bad for business? Well, we are advertising and campaigning black love. And these are the requirements for that. And what you're doing, you are promoting character assassination, which is advertising to dismantle that. That's bad for business. So using certain words in it, brother, whether it be, algorithms, bad for business, man. You are bad for business. Manosphere, divestment, you're bad for business. You're unsynchronized.
So what would you say? Let's say I'm on a panel talking, and I say, so you're on the panel, I'm on the panel. My name's Jeffrey, or whatever. I change my name. I say, yeah, you know what? I'm thinking, I'm a pro-black guy. I definitely, I'm courting women at the moment, but at the moment I don't see color, I don't see race, so I think it's okay to marry outside your race and be pro-black. What do you say, brother Kinkel, from what you just said?
Unfortunately, Jeff, this is very unsynchronized and very bad for business for how we need to move as a people. We're promoting and selling the product of black love, black economics, black collective work. And the moment you mention that you want to be with a non-African person, you've just severed the business, so we have to kind of put a block on that.
I hope you guys are listening there so you can take this wordplay for how Lady Divine, hope you're listening. So when you jump on your panels, or people jump on your panels and they do this unsynchronized behavior, you can have a way to just let them know that unfortunately this is bad for business.
I don't even bother no more. Let them do them at this point. I cannot. This is why I changed my one to unapologetic. Black love is unapologetic. Because what I found out is whenever you promote black love or you out there speaking for black love, it's always a case of, well, what about the people of this, and what about the people that don't, and what about the people? And I'm just like, I'm sick of having to explain my stance on things. I'm sick. Nobody else has to explain why they only date within their circles. Don't expect me to explain mine. So for this point, I'm unapologetic with this. Like, it is what it is. Black love only. And who don't like it, that's your problem, not mine. Yeah.
Black love is unapologetic. Unfortunately, that hashtag might not make it through because right now the number one is Black Love is Science. Unless you guys want to vote for H, which is, it took us a long time to actually update that. But H, Black Love is unapologetic. If you wish to see that as the option, feel free to write it down the forum, and we know that's your vote that you've cast for H. You have to put 2 votes, H and another letter. Or not produce. 2 letters, sorry. So if you want that, put the 2 letters down that you see on the screen. Look at the screen now, post it. But we are coming to the end of our show very shortly, and we have been blessed and supported by Lady Divine and King Kel. We have used this show to get us ready for a campaign we're pushing called Black Love Is. We'll be pushing next week on the Instagram format. Hopefully you guys can support that and share it. But yeah, there you go. So we'll just find out how best to talk to people on the platform when it comes to promoting Black Love. And Brother Kel was saying that using the term Black Love is business. It's good, it's business. So when everyone tries to go against that, you say, well, that's bad for business. And try to emphasize, the business element of Black Love. I push for that. Unfortunately, from my experience, many people will try to Disneyify the marriage and love experience and say, well, no, some people, their hearts are, they walk down the street and they get smitten and their hearts go to wherever it goes, and it might not be with an African/black person. So then we said, what if we have the strategy of saying, well, if it is love on first sight and this kind of stuff, should we have a protocol where we say, cool, you can go marry whoever you want, but you have to sign a contract saying that when I pass away, all my wealth, assets, and resources revert back to my sister or my mother or my auntie or the black community, depending you're writing. And that way you can say, you can have all my love while the black community has all my assets. As if they still want to marry you. If they do, that's great. If not, then realize that maybe it wasn't about Disney affair. Maybe they're not just marrying you for love. And that might be a strategy used to undermine black progress. Who knows? You never know.
But Raven, brother, I'm not even trying to be a pipe dream killer or anything, but realistically, how many brothers or sisters that are dating outside of their race, yeah, are really going to suggest that to their partner? Like, let's be honest with ourselves.
So the idea is, and remember, I think I said it last week, and I think I said to a brother I was talking to, when we come up with things like here, we're not necessarily saying it because of the practicality of it actually being practiced by an individual. It's more so a kind of optical scientific way of speaking, marketing way, where we all collectively get on code and we say things to highlight, to help break down the pushback of something that we know is important. So we give ourselves weapons and defense mechanisms. So that conversation alone existing in the paradigm of the world is very valuable, where we say, oh, okay, well, we understand, because I've seen it. I think we showed something with Sway and some other stuff where a black man made a song about loving black women, and the host was like, oh, what about other women? And then made the man feel uncomfortable, and now it's like, the man's now self-conscious about making black love songs when, Europeans have been making white love songs forever. So if he had that mechanism, like, oh, bro, it's about business, bro, and I guess I tell you what, if love is there, maybe I can say, because I'm trying to build up the black business, let me marry a non-black woman, of course, but she might have to sign a contract where if I pass away, my resources then go back to the black community, because unfortunately we're collectively inadequate and we've been mistreated by every single community. So we need all the help we can do. So you can have my love, but the community has my wealth. And that in itself is the important conversation. Whether people want to do it or not, it's irrelevant, because we're creating a way of thinking and speaking that highlights the ludicrousy of not loving black women. Does that make sense, sister?
Yeah, I know. I totally get it now. Yeah.
And just for people listening, sometimes some of the things we say might sound abstract or mad or whatever it might be, but there's a method to our madness. There's a strategy. And sometimes you're talking through people to people. You see?
That's right.
Yeah, and so even though you feel like you might talk to the most deaf person of all time, if you're on TV or on a podcast, people are listening, and it's how do you word things to collate those people to practice black betterment? And that's what you must always be thinking. We must play chess and not connect four. You see? It's chess, not connect four, or chess and not another kind of game. Yeah? It's like it's strategy. And when you play chess, you're always thinking, 7 steps ahead. Yeah, you have to. So that's what I'm saying. If we promote this, they're going to promote that. We counter with this, we highlight that. Now, this isn't trickery. This is acknowledging that this is what it needs to be. There's a beautiful video of Frances Cress Wilson on the Donahue show. And I remember she went on there. We should play it sometime, where she's saying what you should be doing is viewing the black-white dynamic as a chess game. And white people are always playing offense and black people playing defense, and white people are moving first, right? So it isn't to blame white people, because they're just playing their game. They're just playing the game of trying to win their game. And what black people need to do is compete, but you compete on the blackboard as the black piece, and you're trying to compete that way. So just ways of thinking that can make black betterment easier, you see. And we give you tools to use when you promote black economics, black ownership, black wealth, and there might be pushback from unsynchronized black people or anti-black racists disguised as allies, you see. So it's very important that we do that. We are coming to the last 15 minutes of the show, or it might be the last 2 minutes, depending on anything. But let's read some comments. if you really want generation wealth at the basic level, everyone should have life insurance. Okay, there you go. They'll tip there, my brother. Any other questions from the panel, ladies? Vine, does that make sense? I think we're saying.
Yeah, you know what, I'm more thinking on the other piece. You know, I'm back kind of way to the manosphere subjects now. So I heard you ask the question, like, has it always been that way in that space? And the answer
Yes.
to the question is yes. It was built on that, and that's how we've seen the progression of it today. It's just that a lot of people weren't aware of the manosphere or the red pill space from way back when I first came into the YouTube scene. But yes, it's built upon that. So yeah, especially the depression and the oppression of Black women, that's how it was built. So yeah.
Well, there you go. So one of the things for many Black betterers or pro Black men and Pan Africanists and this kind of stuff, for all those kind of people, they would have noticed the dog whistle methods that some of these platforms use, the more popular platforms, and so it would have come out there, and that's why we always say, whenever these people come along, especially when they blackify their stuff, it's like, this is the Black version of this. We ask, okay, well, what's your views on Black love, Black economics, and Black? And then once again, they'll go, oh, we're not for Disney, Walt Disney. Go, okay, so now we know that you're not really for the collective benefit of Black people, but the particular benefit of Black people. So we can put a veto on that and say it's very error prone and it's unsynchronized and it's bad for business. So we can't really support that.
Yeah, it needs to be shut down. And for years, you know, many I'm not know if you're familiar yet, but so when I came into the YouTube scene years and years and years ago, yeah, there's a channel just like this channel, but it's the American version of it. So that's how I got introduced to the manosphere. So there's and it's still up and running now. I just don't think it's as big as it once was. But they came up through a discussion on Facebook actually on how to shut down a particular YouTuber that was out here speaking the most about Black women, how we behave, how we are, why we need to be taken off the face of the earth, all those kind of talk, you know. And that's and he was he's considered the father of the whole the Black manosphere.
Who is this? Is
Tommy
this a name?
Sotomayor when he was really young.
Yeah.
So that's how we all came up, and it was a group. It's like Black Betterment. It was called TRS, Talk Real Solutions.
Oh, I saw that.
That's how I came into YouTube and the whole YouTube scene, and that's before there was really such things as lives and stuff like that. It was just Tommy really going crazy in his little studio in his basement on Black women, and then he kind of blew up. Then came the Here-Hatted Hooligans, and you know, and then now we see what we see today of the Black Manosphere and younger generations of Tommy now just coming through and doing their thing. So yeah, that's how it was built.
So, as in, you were actually not a guest on a show, but you were just a listener.
It was a team. It's a whole team of us. So basically, it's a Black Betterment kind of group, just like this. We talk about. It's called Talk Real Solutions because it's about talking about real solutions for the Black community. Problem was it was an American side, and I'm in the UK. You know, so before there was things as lives and stuff, we used to go on Blog Talk Radio. Massive shows and all of that. And that's kind of how I came about. I came about as being the only Black woman at the time that managed to get onto Tommy's show and debate him and not get cussed out, not get thrown off the panel, not get silenced. And yeah, that's how I came through to YouTube. Yeah.
So it's called Talk Real Solution. I see there's a brother there flying.
Yeah, Tyrone Thompson, he runs that channel over there.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like the American version of you, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm following them now. I'll see if I can check out some of the stuff afterwards. I actually thought it was something else. This is the first time I'm seeing this fire. So all right. Let's see if the brother's still operating. He's always welcome to jump on and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was really good, Tyrone, and it really got messy at one point because we had to really go hard at him And
Oh wow.
yeah, it got to the point where I actually went over to his. I was actually surprised he even let me on the panel. So I got over there and everything. This was like way back in 2017, those times, yeah. So I got over there and everything, and I think it was the only reason probably I got saved and never got treated the way that other black women from got treated that go over there and challenge him is because of my accent. I think it was the first he heard a UK accent. It kind of tricked him and fooled, and I managed to get the points out for the group and all the other points out. But yeah, after that, it just grew and grew and grew, and all the other YouTubers came, and then he got more alliances, and he kind of fell off, and then they kind of shut him down a few times. We took down his channel a few times. We've done a lot of things to try and silence him and report him for the abuse on black women, but he kept going and he kept having supporters. And he's always, always, always had white supporters and massive white supporters. So it was hard to really shut him down when he's getting a lot of funding and support and backative from, you know what I mean? Like he was doing the job for them. Google, YouTube at that time had no rules or regulations for black women. Now today, I see they've got us listed as a protected group on YouTube. So you can report, you can shut down the hate speech of black women. But back then, there was no such thing.
Wow.
So he was kind of endorsed by the big YouTubers. YouTube kept pushing him. You'd always see him flying down your suggestions page. It was like he was really heavily pushed. And now you see what he's got now. The result of Tommy from then is what you see with now with the ABBA and the Preachers and the, all the other ones that you see floating around. That's it. But they are the young bucks in the game now. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I do remember him from me. I do remember him and his message and the way he delivered it. And the thing is, he was a lot of channels will like call him out and like quite severely, to be honest. I do remember, and his stuff seems so extreme and so abstract that it was almost like when we first came across it, it was almost like not to take serious in the sense because like YouTube creates new up and coming people and you kind of like ignore them because like it's just a random person what they're doing, but then I guess some of them it catches on and then it becomes a thing and then they get subscribers and then subscribers have influence and then it becomes problematic.
With Tommy though, it got really extreme. So how he really, really became to everyone's attention is one time, this is like, I think it was about 2014, 2015. It was years ago. I'm speaking like years ago. So
That's
he
a
gets
long
into
time,
an encounter. Yeah, it's a long time. I'm telling you, I've been in this game a long time.
Yeah.
Right. So he got into an encounter with a black woman, or I think it was on a highway bridge or something. He got out of his car and he pulled out his machine on her and said that he would take her out. That's literally how he blew really up because that went viral.
I saw
They
that
started
Wow.
yeah, this is how violent they get. They get violent when they get to that point of hatred towards us. That's what they will do, and that's what really got us really trying to shut him down and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So there's some questions in the thing from Christian. I was on a show this morning. Brother Kel hooked up, and it's DOATBM. I've posted their link there, so check that out. Also, Sister Lady Divine, she used to network on a show called The Real Solutions. I'll post that in here as well. This is a show it's American-based show. I wasn't too sure where the brother's show was based today. I didn't ask him. So the first one I posted.
I think he's from North Carolina, if I can remember. It's so many years ago, but yeah, they're Americans. Yeah.
So that brother just posted for and the brother I met today. I'm not too sure where his show is, but it'll be coming soon and we'll promote it when it comes out. And obviously, he's always welcome to jump on the panel and be constructive and that good stuff. And then we're also moving into Red Pill Manospace and Sister. They divide us here in the history of one of the early Red Pill Incel Manosphere. It was a guy called Tommy Sotomayor. And unfortunately, you never want to wish anything bad on people, even though they're destructive tendencies. But I was aware that he got kind of banned from YouTube
he's been banned about a million times over the years, but he keeps coming back. That doesn't mean he's not going to stop. He just keeps coming back. He'll go through his times when he's been shut down totally, channels have been. We've done it in fact, he's the father who birthed the whole black sector. Because of him, that's why there is a black sector today.
Right.
A lot of
I
people
understand.
don't know the history of YouTube, but I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do remember. I think he might have turned to pornography himself to make money after he was shut down. I'm not too sure. I remember that was kind of going around that he had become a porn actor in order to pay whatever he needed to pay after he was shut down or something. So I'm aware that's the last I heard of the individual going down that kind of path. But yeah, but maybe we'll cover that history at some point. But for family, we are coming to the last few minutes of the show. If you haven't voted, now will be your time. So far, we're going to post this week, and we're going to post Black Love is Science will be the fourth hashtag, and we'll be promoting the Black Love imagery that we've got 20 we showed today. So, but if you've got want to vote, let us know now. You can put your vote in now. Either KJIHGFEDCBA. Which one you want? Look on the screen. Have a vote. If you're using the PC, it's helpful. Using the phone, it might be too small, but is what it is. I'm sure you can make it bigger. But so far, everyone has voted for mainly K, which is Black Love is Science. Please follow the Black Betterment Instagram, which is Black Betterment Broadcast on Instagram. Just type it, you'll find it. And then when we post these Black Love images, please share it or like it and put a comment. And just to make the algorithm fly, because we want to reach as many constructive Black people, well, just Black people in general, and just have influence over the concept of practicing Black love. There you go.
Can I just quickly add, that's a perfect comment. And I don't know when you came, Brother Kane, but chill out, because obviously you've only come to hear that last bit and only heard the Tommy situation. The brothers have been talking for a long time about Black ideas and Black love, and I didn't see you comment at all. That last bit of segment, that's when you choose to comment. That's telling, brother. But yeah, the other comment underneath here is by Dominique. Yeah, that is a fact. YouTube definitely supports that. So does Google. Hence why it was such a drama to get him shut down so many times. He got his channel back up. He got shut down. It was like they had big people supporting. This is what gave birth to a lot of the Black sector, because people would make videos and review it and say, why ain't YouTube doing nothing? And next thing you know, obviously, as we see now, everyone turns against everyone eventually. And everyone's forgot the main agenda of how Black YouTube came together. And at that time, there wasn't many UK channels. There wasn't hardly any UK people around. So that's the reason why Black America is responsible as well for a lot of the conversations, the Black conversations that are taking place, because it was the Black Americans that were putting in the fight in the beginning to shut him down. Hence how I got involved.
Right.
It all makes sense. It's just a puzzle, piece it together. Yeah.
Sister Kushti, the show I did today is gonna go. He has to edit it. It's not a live stream. I think it's like an edit show. So he records, edits, and uploads. But the link is there. So if you click on it and just follow him, when it goes live, you should be able to see it. Hopefully. But guys, we are coming to the end of the show. So for those, we will be promoting these images this week on Instagram. These fantastic images of Black families, Black love, Black relationships. Please feel free to join Instagram, but and support that. But if there's any last questions in the forum, let us know. And obviously, Lady Divine and Brother Kel, you can have the last words before we log out.
Yeah, I just want to say big up to the Sun people for the support of this, amazing catalogue of Black love. You know what I mean? Collective work has always been powerful historically, and it's the way forward for us. So Black betterment to everyone, and let's continue the Black betterment progression.
Lady Divine, last words.
I want to say, guys, I don't care what's happening on other channels or what they say. Keep pushing the Black love. Clearly, it's hurting them, as we saw a display earlier today. Keep pushing the Black love. Don't be unapologetic about it, and it is what it is. But keep pushing it.
When
Good
you say
work,
early
man.
today, sister, you mean outside the show or inside? The
Yeah,
show?
outside the show, yes.
Oh, did I miss that? Did I miss
Oh, you definitely. It's a good thing you did. Yes.
Is it on your show, sister?
No. I missed it a lot of it myself. I came back at the ending, but yeah, I just noticed that whenever somebody kind of like speaks out against interracial relationship and tries to push for more black love, it's a fight, and I've seen it across many panels. So yeah, it was interesting to come back at the last piece and seeing the conversation at hand and who jumped on to defend. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, well, I'm not too sure what show that is, but I'm sure you can post me in the group and I'll check it out in the comments.
Yes, I will. I'll put it back.
Matter of fact, well, let me end this thing now. So until then, everyone, Black Betterment, I'll talk to Brother Kel and Lady Divine offline. Well, until then, please check out the Instagram post, Black Betterment.